What's up, guys? I have a new smartwatch from Mibro, which is not actually brand new, but a new titanium version. The original Mibro GS Explorer S smartwatch was released about 8 months ago and had a polymer body with ceramic bezel. The new titanium version has an aerospace-grade titanium alloy body, which makes the watch more durable and reliable. That is very important for the rugged military smartwatch. We will test the durability of the new Mibro watch in this video, for example, by dropping it, submerging in water, and even freezing. By the way, the Mibro GS Explorer S is a premium smartwatch because it has military-grade design with 10 ATM water resistance, high-quality AMOLED display with 1500 nits brightness, dual-band GPS, and even offline maps support, as well as battery life up to 20 days on a single charge. Okay, let's move on to the full review of the Mibro GS Explorer S titanium smartwatch and start by unboxing it. So on the box we see the smartwatch with a titanium bezel but a silicone strap. If you want a titanium strap, then you need to buy a full titanium version on Amazon. You can also find the features of the watch on the front and sides of the box, as well as some technical specifications on the back. Inside the box we see the watch with a gray silicone strap. However, there is another orange strap included in the kit, so you can choose the one you like best. The magnetic charging cable looks very reliable because of its fabric covering. Finally, there is a sticker and user manual at the bottom of the box. So the two silicone straps are very good for a sports watch, but I think you will be able to buy the titanium strap separately later if you want to give the watch a more classic look. So the main feature of the new Mibro GS Explorer S titanium is an aerospace-grade titanium alloy body. In fact, the middle frame, bezel, buttons and crown are made of titanium alloy, while the rear panel is made of a fiber-reinforced polymer. There are also health tracking sensors and charging contacts on the back. By the way, I noticed 4 bolts here, and it seems that the rear panel can be removed. But I don't want to do that, because I don't want to damage the watch, as I plan to test its water resistance later. There are 2 physical buttons and a crown on the side of the watch. You can use the crown to navigate through the menus of the watch and press the lower button to enter the function and the upper button to exit it. That's very convenient for the sports watch, for example, when your hands are sweaty or even underwater when the touchscreen doesn't work. There are a microphone and a speaker on the other side of the watch. Back to the strap. It uses a quick release mechanism, so it is pretty quick and easy to replace. There are 2 straps in the kit, and they are both made of liquid silicone. The strap is very flexible, soft and comfortable on the wrist. It even has a metal buckle and even a Mibro logo on the free loop. Both the gray and orange straps have identical lengths. They are 265mm and 22mm wide. Talking about the watch dimensions, they are 48 by 48 by 13mm. The weight of the watch with the silicone strap is 80 grams. It is actually a compact and a lightweight smartwatch, so even on my thin wrist it looks good and feels comfortable. I have already mentioned several times that the Mibro GS Explorer S titanium is a rugged smartwatch with military-grade quality and 10 ATM waterproof rating. You can basically use a watch in any conditions such as high and low temperatures, rain, sand and dust, high altitude, etc. You know, I don't want to destroy my watch, but I have to test its durability. First, I dropped the watch on the ground a few times. And it just got dirty, but it still works just as well. I also found a small lake with frozen water and ice. I put the watch there and I left it for a while. After that, the watch was fine. And finally, I just put the watch under the running water in the sink. You know the touchscreen doesn't work in water, just like on any other watches, but you can use the buttons to control it. That's very good. When it comes to the display of the Mibro GS Explorer S Titanium, it has a diagonal of 1.32 inches, which is quite small for modern smartwatches. But I consider this an advantage because I don't like large dials. At the same time, the display resolution is 466 by 466 pixels, which makes the small screen very clear. The display also has a very good brightness of 1500 nits. You can use the automatic screen brightness mode or adjust it manually. Since the watch is equipped with an AMOLED panel, always-on display mode is available. You can enable the priority default mode for the always-on display or choose from 5 styles. There are also 7 watch faces available on the watch out of the box. Later we will see what other watch faces we can download via the mobile app. So now let's talk about the controls and functions of the Mibro GS Explorer S Titanium watch. First, you can swipe up on the display to read new notifications on your watch. By swiping down, you will enter the Quick Settings menu. It is not customizable, so you cannot remove or add any functions here. We can go to the full settings menu, set an alarm, use flashlight of different colors and even flickering modes, lock mode, do not disturb mode, sleep mode, and screen on for 5 minutes. Back to the main watch face, we can also swipe right and see some windows here. To be honest, I don't know what they are called on this watch, so I will just call them windows. There is a weather forecast, heart rate monitor, SpO2 monitor, sleep monitor, and astronomical data. The smartwatch also has widgets that can be opened by swiping left. Here we have information about sports activities and some workout modes, heart rate measuring, workout status, weather forecast, and compass. You can even customize widgets by pressing and holding on them. Finally, by pressing the crown on the side of the watch, you can go to the app list. Let me show you all the apps here. Sports, Health Circle, Exercise Records, Heart Rate, Sleep, Outdoor Exploration, Training Plan, Weather, Workout Status, Running Ability, Route Navigation, Phone Call, SpO2, Stress, User Control, Alarms, World Clock, Flashlight, Astronomy, Tide, Breathing Exercise, Find Phone, Female Health, Settings, Voice Assistant, Compass, Barometer, Camera Control, Timer, Stopwatch, Calculator, Drain, Calendar, and NFC tag. Wow, this smartwatch really has a lot of functions. I'm even a little tired of scrolling through this menu. You know, I would like this menu to be customizable, so that I can remove some features that I don't need. We will see if we can do that in the app later. Finally, let's take a look at the settings menu. So there are also quite a lot of settings available on this watch, and the first ones are display and brightness. Then we have a quick card. This is what I called widgets, and this is where we can customize them. In the sound and vibration settings, we can mute the watch, change ring volume, prompt volume, vibration, and ringtone. The Mibro GS Explorer S Titanium smartwatch even supports gestures. Among the notifications settings, there is only one option available, such as display notifications. You can also enable PIN on the watch. The preference options are App View, Shortcut Key, Do Not Disturb Mode, and Power Saving. Exercise settings include Screen Always On, auto detect, and highlight mode. So I quickly showed you all the functions and settings available on the new Mibro smartwatch, but in fact, it would take many hours to explore them all. Okay, now let's take a look at the mobile app, because you cannot use the watch without it. The app is called Mibro Fit, and it is available on Android and iOS devices. You know, this is probably one of the most beautiful apps for smartwatches that I have seen. I really like its design. On the first tab, you can select a day and view your activity, such as steps, exercise duration, and active hours. It is called a health ring. You can also find total duration these months, as well as heart rate, SpO2, sleep, stress, body weight, and other cards on the first screen. The second tab is Mibro Coach, with many different training plans. Finally, we come to the watch settings. There is a beautiful picture of the Mibro GS Explorer S Titanium here. Now we can customize the watch face or choose one available in the store. The health tracking settings include continuous heart rate monitor, SpO2 auto detect, stress auto detect, stand reminder, and sporadic nap monitoring. The workout settings are common sports settings and physical training setup. The following options are available in the general settings: notifications, find the watch, offline maps, world clock, frequent contacts, quick message reply, preferences settings, and access card. Finally, you can update the device, read about the device, factory reset, and delete the device. I also find in the app that the data from the watch can be shared with other services, such as Strava, Run Analyze. That's very good. Okay, now let's go back to some of the functions. And first I want to check the notifications on the watch. This is what the message from Telegram looks like. You can read it, but you cannot reply. The Mibro GS Explorer S Titanium also supports Bluetooth phone calls. You can call a contact from your phone book, view recent calls, and dial a number. So during a phone call, you can adjust the speaker volume using the crown, mute the microphone, and hang up. Since the Mibro GS Explorer S Titanium is a sports watch, we need to check its sports features. Let's measure heart rate, SpO2, and stress. So first, I measure them in a relaxed state. Now I will do a few squats and measure all the metrics again. My heart rate has increased, but for some reason it is decreasing rapidly. I don't think I calm down that quickly. SpO2 and stress readings remained the same as before. Talking about workout modes, there are more than 150 of them available on the watch, such as free diving, hiking, climb, pool swim, triathlon, trail run, outdoor run, etc. You can even customize workout modes on the watch, namely delete or add those as you need. I am not really an athlete, so I will just check out the walking mode on this watch. By the way, the Mibro GS Explorer S Titanium has a built-in GPS, specifically dual-frequency GNSS positioning chip supporting L1 plus L5 GPS bands. Let me start the walking mode on the Mibro watch and on my iPhone, and then we will compare which one is more accurate. After a 20-minute walk, we see 1.81 kilometers on the iPhone and 1.78 kilometers on the Mibro GS Explorer S Titanium. so the difference is only 30 meters, which is very little. The GPS on the smartwatch is accurate. Another feature of the Mibro GS Explorer S titanium smartwatch is offline maps support. First, you need to download the map to the watch via the mobile app. The maximum supported area is 50 by 50 kilometers. Just wait for the map to load, then click Downloading to watch. Now you can take your watch and go to map. Please do not confuse it with route navigation, because it is a different function. By the way, the watch has many other useful functions for outdoor activities, such as compass, barometer, blood oxygen meter, etc. When it comes to the battery of the Mibro GS Explorer S titanium, I don't know its capacity, but the company claims up to 20 days of battery life on a single charge in normal mode. When using GPS continuously, the smartwatch will last for up to 25 hours and up to 9 hours during Bluetooth calls. Overall, this is very good battery life for this smartwatch. You know, the Mibro GS Explorer S titanium reminded me a lot of the Cospa Tank T4 that we tested a couple of months ago. They are both rugged smartwatches with similar features, including GPS and offline maps. What I liked more about Mibro watch is its more compact display, which makes it look better and more comfortable on my wrist. In addition, the Mibro watch screen is brighter, so it is better to view outdoors. If you already have a Mibro GS Explorer S, then it probably doesn't make sense to buy the titanium version. But if you don't have this watch, then I would definitely recommend getting the titanium version rather than the ceramic one, because it is more durable. Besides, I really like how this watch looks with a gray silicone strap and even a titanium one, but I don't have it. Overall, this is a flagship smartwatch that is good for both sports and everyday use. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon!